Hello everyone, and topic for today's discussion is metals and non-metals. So first of all, we will be discussing what are metals, and we will be discussing about the physical properties of metals and chemical properties of metal. So the chapter will be going like this. First of all, we will be talking about metals, and then physical properties of physical properties of metals. Further, we also will be discussing about the chemical properties of metals. And similarly, we will also be discussing about non-metals. First of all, we will be discussing about its physical properties, and then further with chemical properties the discussion will proceed. Now first of all, if we talk about the metals, what are metals? So if we talk about metals, we can say metals are the elements. Metals are the elements, and these elements are having what? They are having positive charged ions. They are having positive, what they are having? They are having positive charge ions. Fine. And these positive charge ions are formed by losing electrons. These positive charge ions are formed by losing electrons, and the element formed, we can say it as metals. So what are metals? We can say metals are the elements which forms positively charged ions, and they are formed by losing electrons. So this is about metal. Okay, so if we talk about the physical properties of metals, then we can say the physical properties are like these metals are malleable, metals are ductile, metals are good conductor of electricity, okay. We also came to know, we should also know that these metals are good conductor of heat, good conductor of heat. Okay, these are the basic information of physical properties of metal, but there are many other properties such as, very important, such as these metals are lustrous. It means they are shiny. Okay, they are also the metals are also hard and strong. They produce sound. They are sonorous. That means they are sonorous. So metals are also sonorous, and we can say these metals have high density. But if we talk about chemistry, or we can say there are always some exceptions with all these things. Okay, one more point I should mention. I should also mention that these metals have high boiling and melting point. Okay, so this is the basic information about metals, the physical properties of metals, and we will further be discussing these physical properties in detail also, and we should also know there are certain exceptions to it as well. Okay, suppose if we talk about malleability. So first of all, we will be discussing about the word, what is the word meaning malleable. So malleability is the property, okay, it's a property of metal, okay, which through which metal can be beaten into thin sheets. Okay, while if we talk about ductility, then we can say it is a property of metal through which metals can be beaten into wires. Fine. So this is the basic property in the physical property, two major physical property of metals. So one is they are malleable. And what do you mean by malleability? It is a property in which metals can be beaten into thin sheets. What is ductility? Metals are also ductile. What is ductility? Ductility can be defined as that when these metals can be beaten into wires, this is called ductility. If we talk about the examples of all these points, okay, so if we talk about the examples of metal which are ductile, okay, so the examples for metals to be ductile are like for example gold. We have gold. We also have copper with us, okay, and there are various other examples. Similarly, if we talk about the malleability, the examples of malleability, we have aluminium, we have gold, we have silver, and there are various others. Suppose we have iron also. Okay, so these are the two physical property. Now the third property is that metals are good conductor of electricity. Definitely they are the good conductor of electricity. It means metals often have, we can say that metals often have very little resistance. Okay, so resistance, if there is less of resistance, then there is more of electric conductivity. So there is more electric conductivity. We would be discussing about these two terms. The terms are resistance and electric conductivity in the chapter called electricity. Okay, over here I am mentioning this much only. So what are metals? Metals are good conductor of electricity, and these metals have little resistance and more of electric conductivity. Now we should also mention one of the example, like we have PVC. The full form of PVC is polyvinyl chloride. PVC. So polyvinyl chloride is an insulator, and we should always have a coating of PVC. We should also have a coating of it on copper wires. Suppose on wires, like on conductors, suppose example we have copper. Okay, otherwise what we will be getting an electric shock if this PVC coating is not there on those wires, and electric current will pass through it, है ना. So the concept is that this PVC is an insulator which do not provide this electric current, which do not allow this electric current to pass through it. Fine. So this is the physical property of metal, one of the physical property. This is a third property. Now fourth property is that they are good conductor of heat. Fine. So if we talk about that they are good conductor of heat, then we can say that when heat is passing from one end to the another end, so one end of metal valence electron, okay, so and they are moving to cooler region, like it is a hotter region, and now it is moving to cooler region. Okay, so it is because of now these what is flowing, electrons are flowing. Okay, these electrons are flowing through it. Okay, so now when it is because of the heat, it is because we are heating it, suppose. Okay, and metals are heated. Now electrons are flowing from hot region to cold region, and these electrons are traveling. Okay, so this is how it is. And if we talk about its examples, various examples in this also. Suppose highest Like if you talk about mercury, it is a bad conductor of heat, but it's a metal. It's a bad conductor of heat. And if you talk about silver, the best. It's the best conductor of heat. It's a conductor and it's the good one. Fine. So if we talk about lustrous metals are shiny, we have many examples. Okay, for example, we have copper with us, we have gold with us, we have a silver with us, and they are hard and strong. Definitely there are many exceptions to it. Suppose if we talk about sodium and potassium. Sodium and potassium are the two metals. They are metals, but they are soft. Fine. Why they are soft? If they, I do not want to mention why they are soft, but I can mention like if we because they can be cut using the knife. Okay, the knife, they can be cut using the help of knife, and they are metals. Okay, it's the property of sodium and potassium which makes them soft, and there are property, there are certain exceptions always in chemistry. Okay, so if we talk about sodium and potassium, they are soft. Although they are metals, they can be cut with the help of knife. And if they are exposed to oxygen, if these are exposed to oxygen, especially sodium, if we talk about oxygen, then this may lead to fire or explosion. Now the another point, this is your fifth property and the sixth property. Now okay, so now if we talk about the another property, it is sonorous. This we have discussed. It has high density. Metals have high densities. Metals also have high boiling and melting point. We have examples of high melting and boiling point. There are various examples, but if we talk about exceptions, then exceptions are sodium and potassium. And if we talk about densities, having exceptions, sodium and potassium again. Okay, and fine, this is all about the physical properties of metals. Now if we talk about the chemical properties of metals. Chemical properties of metals. Chemical properties of metals. Okay, so chemical properties of metals are: number one, metals can be reacted with the oxygen. So oxygen के साथ they can be reacted. Suppose we have metal. If these metals are reacted with oxygen, what they will be forming? They will be forming metal oxide. Metal oxide. Example, if we talk about examples, we have iron and oxygen. When we react it with oxygen and we also need to heat it, what we will be getting? We will be getting FeO, Fe2O3. The reaction, the concept of balancing equation would already be told to you in chapter number 1. So I am just directly writing 3 and 2 over here just so as to balance it. And one of the this is example number 1. Another example with us is sodium. If we react sodium, so we have Na2O, and after balancing, what we will be getting? We will be getting 4 here and 2 here. One more point to remember, like if it comes in one word or one word question type thing, then we have a question, we need to make a point to ponder. So the point is that silver is a metal, definitely, but they are even gold also, silver and gold, they both do not react with oxygen. Do not react, although they are metals, but they cannot react with oxygen. This is the exception. Do not react with oxygen. Fine. Now and why what is the reason behind it? Because they are placed at a very low position in reactivity series because of their position in reactivity series. Okay, so this is one of the point which we should remember. Another point which we should remember is that we have metal oxides. Like after reacting metal with oxygen, we are getting metal oxide. So what are these metal oxides? Metal oxides are basic in nature. Always metal oxides are generally basic in nature, are basic in nature. Okay, and when there are some also, we also have some oxides which are acidic and basic. So acidic oxide plus basic oxide are called amphoteric oxide. This is a one word question, amphoteric oxide. If we have one oxide as acidic oxide and another oxide is basic oxide, so what we will be getting, we called it as amphoteric oxide, or we can call it like that ki all such there are some metals which show acidic as well as basic property both. This is the important point. Acidic and basic property, any such metal which show acidic and basic property both, they are considered under amphoteric oxide. Any oxide, not metal, any oxide which show acidic and basic property both is called amphoteric oxide. Okay, there are various other points, chemical properties which we need to learn, like reaction with water we need to learn. We also need to learn reaction with dilute acid. We have reaction with the salt solution. We have reaction with chlorine and reaction with hydrogen, so which we will be discussing in another video.